Hello everyone, my name is Kylie and I am here today to talk about why we should make a movement to have the government defund Planned Parenthood. Since it was founded in October of 1916, Planned Parenthood has been supporting and using their funds to prevent and erase the lives of the babies all around the United States. According to CDC.gov, in 2018, 619,591 legal induced abortions were reported to CDC from 49 reporting areas. Among 48 reporting areas, with data each year during 2009 through 2018, in 2018, a total of 614,820 abortions were reported. The abortion rate was 11.3 abortions per 1,000 women aged 15 through 44 years old. And the abortion ratio was 189 abortions for every 1,000 live births. Now, the topic of abortion and Planned Parenthood is a very sensitive topic and very controversial as well. However, it is definitely one that needs to be spoken about. Planned Parenthood had put out reports over 9.5 million services performed and abortions being 324,000 of those 9.5 million services. Now, looking at that number, it may not seem like a big ratio, but you need to think about that's 324,000 babies' lives lost on purpose or by choice. And the government and our tax dollars are being used to support and fund those abortions. Even though I do not have any personal experience with abortion or pregnancy, I do, however, know it is the prevention or loss of a child's life, and they will not be able to grow up and live in this world. Our government funds 1/3 of the Planned Parenthood's profits for over $528 million. Our government should discontinue the funding of Planned Parenthood for its support of ending a child's life as well as the prevention for them. Not only that, but as a taxpayer, I don't have a say in what my tax dollars are used for, especially if it's something like Planned Parenthood, which I do not support. And not only that, but defunding Planned Parenthood could change the future. Now, today I will be able to show you 3 main ideas. One being understanding the services such as abortion and seeing how that is ending a child's life. In many people's eyes, that is murder, and the government should not fund murder. Number 2, you will benefit in so many ways if you see and understand the number of lives you will save every day. And number 3, you will make a commitment today to help persuade the government to discontinue the funding of Planned Parenthood and instead fund the birth and care and aftercare of a child, even of the mothers who cannot support them. The government funding should be used to support the child since the mother or father cannot. In order to understand the funds that the government provides, according to Washington Post, Medicaid payments have long formed the bulk of federal funds flowing to Planned Parenthood, reimbursing its clinics for providing birth control and preventive services to low-income Americans. The provider reported $616.8 million in government revenue in its most recent report, which was for the 2018-2019 fiscal year. According to NPR.org, this is a long time ago, but Bush is right. Planned Parenthood receives $500 million a year in government funding, or to be more exact, $528 million last year, according to Planned Parenthood. That totals more than 40% of the Planned Parenthood's total $1.3 billion in revenue for the year, which would suggest that the organization would be in some heavy financial trouble without the public funding. After seeing and understanding these statements, it is an eye-opening statement to see how much the government really does fund Planned Parenthood. However, as a U.S. taxpayer, like I said before, I want to have the choice to approve or not approve the funding of Planned Parenthood with my tax dollars. Taken from, I don't know how to pronounce this, DuluthNewsTribune.com. Since 1970, Congress has been providing funds to Planned Parenthood. Giving taxpayer dollars to the nation's largest abortion provider, Planned Parenthood received more than $525 million in government funding in 2014. For years, many in the anti-abortion movement have opposed the funding, which forces some taxpayers to subside a practice they believe violates most fundamental of all human rights and moral principles, the right of life. Now here, Seclu now makes a strong point, and that is the say in our tax dollars. Now, it is very difficult to choose where our tax dollars go, but when it comes to something as important as Planned Parenthood, I believe there should be a choice whether or not we want our tax dollars to fund Planned Parenthood. There is nothing right now we can do, but there are things we can do to lead up to the defunding of Planned Parenthood. But there are so many other options we can use our tax dollars. For example, cure for cancer. I know the government funds research for a cure for cancer, but that $525 or $528 million that goes into Planned Parenthood, why doesn't any of that be used to fund cures for so many diseases that so many lives are lost, instead of saving the lives of children that are lost who don't even get the opportunity to live their life? And not only that, but you need to think about what happens to that child in an abortion. It's what is the reality of it all. The plan behind canceling the defunding of Planned Parenthood would just be to start a petition. It can be something small or it can be something huge. The word of mouth is what we can do in order to grow a petition. It is simple as easygoing on change.org. They have 3 steps. 1, create petition. 2, build support. 3, change the world. Now, it may seem harder than that, and it probably is. You do need to get that support, and you do need to reach a government personnel who can help you with this type of thing. But with enough signatures and support, we are able to do that. You can do your part by researching everything and supporting us by signing our petition and spreading the word to others around you. As I said before, every opinion matters, and the word of mouth is so important. Whether it's through social media, person to person, or on a video, anything like that. So next time you think about what our money taken by the government is used for, think about, do you support this? And even if you don't support this, maybe it could be just respectful enough to share it to somebody who does not support this and thinks, yes, they may want to sign this petition because I know it's important to them. Be the bigger person and show them that. The government really does spend $525 million, and you do need to think about how that affects the lives around us and affects the lives of the unborn children. Thank you so much for your time, and here's to changing the future. I appreciate it. Thanks.